Good day, everyone. Good day, Bermuda, and to the media. Yet again, it gives me huge pleasure to announce two new One Bermuda Alliance candidates. There can be no one in St. George's who does not know Thomas Harvey. He is a true son of St. George's soil, and he will be running in Constituency 2, St. George's West. Nikki Goret is a person who is passionate about so many things, having talked with her, and who is involved in so many projects involving the arts that benefit Bermuda and Bermudians. She will run for the OBA in Constituency 34, Sanders, South Central. They are both new faces and part of a new team that will do better. No one has done better than the One Bermuda Alliance at helping the east and west ends of the island. It was the One Bermuda Alliance that passed legislation which enabled the town of St. George to collect a tax on fuel landed at Ferry Reach. That tax was important for St. George's and allowed large infrastructure projects such as work on Ordnance Island and Market Wharf to happen. In addition, it was the OBA government working with the Corporation of St. George's that contributed almost $1.5 million to the Pennos Wharf, Hunters Wharf refurbishment project. When the One Bermuda Alliance was in government, we negotiated with Norwegian cruise lines to get a dedicated regular cruise ship visiting St. George. That deal also included bringing 2 catamaran ferries to the island for the run from Dockyard to the East End, which before COVID were regularly full. The One Bermuda Alliance also returned the ability for the town to collect wharfage fees, which provided significant income for its budget. And last, but certainly not least, it was the One Bermuda Alliance which negotiated the deal to develop the St. Regis Hotel and golf course. Years after the Club Med was blown up and years after the so-called platinum period, it was the One Bermuda Alliance that actually put something in place as St. Regis and St. George. We did better. In just 4 years, the One Bermuda Alliance brought $1 billion of investment into Bermuda. We performed an economic miracle. Part of that investment was a result of the America's Cup, which had a big impact in the West End. The PwC's report shows that AC 35's economic impact amounted to $336 million. Government's 3-year budget for AC 35 was projected at a cost of $77 million. The PwC report indicates that the actual spend for that was $64.1 million under budget. It brought investment to the West End, putting Bermudians to work in a wide variety of things like renovating people's homes as they look to rent them for the event, supplying mega yachts, and other opportunities in tourism. Bermuda, we did a great job then, and we can do an even better job going forward. With a team that includes people like Nikki and Thomas, we will do a great job now and for the future of Bermuda. We will do better. So let me just... All right, there you go.
Good day. It is an exciting day for me, and I hope for Bermuda, as I present myself to run as a candidate for South Central for the One Bermuda Alliance. Why 34 South Central? It is a constituency which holds my then matrimonial home. It is the area where I walked along Soundview Road to catch the ferry to work. It is the home I came to with my husband when we both brought our 2 children back from the hospital. It is where I roamed the railroad trail with my babies during maternity leave, and on the weekends with my family. I lived there for many years. Why am I running? I'm running because I believe I can make a true difference. I'm a person with ideas and have extensive experience executing and bringing them to fruition. I believe I can bring people together in a creative and energizing environment. I'm a registered architect, artist, and author who wants to build a better Bermuda for our families. I've worked both in the private and public sector as an architect in private practice, as a project manager, as an educator teaching sailing at White's Island Government School program. I was the head building control officer for the government, working over 12 years, heading up regulations and inspections and permits. While working in the architecture and building field, as a volunteer activist, I started the Bermuda Sand Sculpture Competition and ran it for 21 years. I founded the Bermuda Beach Art Festival and ran it for 6 years. I and a friend introduced Pechacucha to Bermuda and ran it for 6 years. I've been the artistic director and education director at the Bermuda International Film Festival for the last 4 years. I'm an active member of the Bermuda Society of Arts, the Bermuda Dockyard Art Gallery, Masterworks, and BMDS. As you can see, I'm passionate about the arts, and I see it as a way to relieve the stresses of life and to bring people together and create a beautiful environment. I want to make the arts a fourth sector for Bermuda. I want to elevate Bermuda to be known as the artistic jeweled island of the Atlantic Ocean, and to bring people from all walks of life and from all over the world to meet and do things in a joyous and meaningful way. I was one of the first Bermudian female certified head sailing instructor, the first female registered Bermuda architect, the first female head of building control at the Department of Planning. So you can see, I've been involved in the community. I am a leader. I look at the big picture, and then I fill in the details. One other organization I'm involved with, which I want to draw your attention to, is Friends of Hospice, which is the charity that supports Bermuda's only hospice called the Cafe House. This weekend, they're having their first butterfly blast in Victoria Park from noon to 4 p.m. And I encourage all people to support this family fun-filled day. I am running for the One Bermuda Alliance as I believe more women should be in politics, more inclusivity should, and more imaginative ideas should be put forward, developed and implemented to make Bermuda a better place with more jobs, more people, and a better education. I'm running because I care and I want to make a difference. As a mother, wife, daughter, and a volunteer activist in the community, I am determined to steer Bermuda on a better course. We will do better. Thank you.
Good day. My name is Thomas Harvey. I'm running in St. George's Constituency number 2. And I'm running because I would like to make a change in the constituency because I feel that it's unrepresented. I also want to say, because I'm new at this game, but people know me, I'm going to speak from my heart. Mm-hmm. My constituents who know me, that's who I'm going to be. Yeah. I don't have a big speech made out, but you're gonna hear a little something from me. I'm the proud father of 2, married, lived in Slip Road all my life. My mother and father, Margaret and Michael Harvey, founding members of the Mini Yacht Club in St. George's, mm-hmm. and that's where I grew up in sailing and in the parish. So that's where a lot of people know me from, boating. Also, I was the the chairman for the St. George's Parish Council for 4 years, and enjoy working there with people, with a team, getting things done. And things like seniors teas, we hosted, backpacks for the school kids, and feeding Father's Day breakfast to bring the fatherly figures into the child's life. So I'm been in the community doing things, getting things done behind the scenes, helping the St. George's Crick Club with their initiative, kite making, supplying them with sticks and stuff. So I'm well known in the community for getting things done. The other thing is why I'm running is to make a difference, because I feel in constituency number 2 that it's been underrepresented by the PLP. People just walking through the community these days, that's what I'm finding, that it's not being represented right. So my goal at the end of the day is to be when I put my heart into something, I look to achieve and get it done. Thank you.
Okay. All right, we'll open it up for questions. I don't know which way you want to go first, but
Good afternoon, everyone.
yes, afternoon.
Question for Mr. Kennedy. This is not necessarily any kind of criticism, but
Yes.
as you mentioned, both candidates here are newcomers to the political arena. And do you think that's a reflection at all on the lack of people with political experience willing to join the OBA?
The assumption is that when you say lack of political experience, that people have to be formally involved like Senate or the likes. I don't think that's what Bermuda's looking for. Bermuda's looking for what you just had, people who are involved in the community to step forward and take it to another level, because they have already been involved in the community and they understand many of the challenges and needs. What I hear continuously is, where are the new people getting involved in politics? I came in at a time where there were so many people who had been around for many, many, many years, and we kept hearing, how come we don't have new people? How come we don't have more women? And we made a huge push for that. And when we won the election in 2012, that was the first time you saw that many women involved formally in the politics of Bermuda. We can continue to train up people into the world of politics, but what we can't train is people who are already out there giving to Bermuda, spending their time giving back to Bermuda, who now want to take it to a more formal basis.
Okay. And just one more question for you.
Sure.
Ms. Goret had mentioned, excuse me, I've mentioned the importance of family in
Yes.
terms of her own platform. As the OBA leader, what do you feel Bermuda needs to improve the situation for families here?
Yeah, that's a great question. Number one, it involves getting more people like this involved who understand the importance of family. The basis and the success of any society is how well our families are doing. We have many challenges out there concerning our families not being able to make an affordable living. Challenges where their kids are not getting the kind of education they would like to have them get, or get the attention that they would like for them to get while in the education system. We have single mothers who are struggling to survive out there in a very high cost living of Bermuda. What we now need to do is concentrate in on the least of us. And what I mean by that, those of us who are struggling to survive in Bermuda at a time where our economy is suffering, and hold them up, because the basis to the future of Bermuda is how well they do. Not those who are making money, but those who are struggling to make a living in Bermuda. And it's not just about money, but it's also about some of the activities that we just talked about, the arts and the likes, of creating some of these avenues that our young people can get involved in so that they feel like they are a part of society. It's no question, too many of our young people do not feel like they are a part of Bermuda, a part of a society that cares about them. And we've got to find avenues to adjust that and fix that. And you'll see the rates of prison continue to decline. You'll see some of the behavior that we see that is antisocial begin to decline when we spend more time getting people like this involved on the left and right side of me who care about families, and doing more as a government to help build healthy families.
Thank you.
Good afternoon.
Hey,
Together.
yes.
Yesterday, you sent out a message for Labor Day, but you weren't actually there at the facility.
Sure.
Was there a reason for that?
Absolutely. We have an election on hand. All hands on deck right now. We are continuing, as you see, we're continuing to roll out candidates. We haven't seen any more rollouts as of last week coming from our government. I'm not sure why, but that's on them. But we continue to work for Bermuda. It's no question that we are 100% behind the labor movement that started way back in 1963, I believe. I was just being born then, where it was all about creating a Bermuda of equal rights. And we will continue to press that as we go forward. You've heard already from Scott Pierman some of the ideas that we have when it comes to ensuring that there's equal pay for men and women, black and white. These are some of the things that we want to bring forward. But we're hard right now to ensure that we get out to Bermuda and that Bermuda knows that we care about them. So yesterday was a bit of a busy day for us, so we didn't have the opportunity to attend.
All right, thank you. My last question for you is, there's been a lot of chatter online with the formation of the FDM, and people generally of the opinion that this is going to be of benefit to the OBA as taking votes away from the PLP. Do you feel like your chances have improved with this third party?
What I will say is this, is that we will remain steadfast on the direction that we want to go, and that is to do better for Bermuda. We recognize the challenges that Bermuda is having. We recognize that after COVID, our economy is declining. This is affecting our families. We have many mental issues that are out there that are challenging for our people of Bermuda, some prior to COVID, but COVID has now highlighted some of these things. So the inclusion of another party is democracy. But we will continue on as the One Bermuda Alliance, fighting for what we believe to be best for Bermuda.
But do you feel like it will help your party's chances in the coming election?
Who knows? That's speculation. I'm not here to speculate on the outcome. I'm here to do everything that we can as the One Bermuda Alliance to win this next election.
All right, thank you. For Ms. Garrett? Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
For 6034, what do you feel are the main issues?
I have been out canvassing, and some of the issues I've encountered are unemployment. People are searching for jobs. The other issue is in terms of physical infrastructure. Bob's Valley Lane in particular, right next to West End Pembroke School, which is a continuation of the railway trail, it's got potholes in it and it's quite uneven. People have tripped there with the walkers when they go out in the morning or in the evening. They've told me that it needs to be repaired and resurfaced. The other issue is police presence. Though we have a police facility right there, that some people feel that they don't see the police out patrolling the community. So those are some of the three issues that I'd like to share with you that I've encountered canvassing.
With regard to the arts, how do you feel that Bermuda can develop into a fourth pillar and have people come here for arts all the time?
There's communities around the world like that are known as an arts community that attract a lot of people to come and like do things like the biennial in London, the Basel art show that attracts a lot of people. If you have we have a plein air group, we have every 2 years we've got a big conference that comes here, and all artists from around the world. It's growing. I mean, it's still small. Come here and take place and do a plein air session for a week and stay in a hotel. What we can do, as the Hamilton Princess is known as an art hotel, I want Bermuda to be known as a art place in the Atlantic Ocean that people can say, have you gone to Bermuda? Have you gone to the city? Do you see Reed Street? Do you see Front Street? How many sculptures are there? The seating that's there, the murals on the wall. And every beach should have a piece of art in it. So when people come to our beaches, this will be something different than every other beach in the world. If Bermuda is known as that, we're not far from New York. People in New York, Boston, this will be just another piece that will attract tourists. And also, if it grows, it will create more employment for Bermuda.
Thank you.
Danae. Again, so you're new to politics, but you have a lot of skills that are perhaps transferable to this role. And you're talking about how you're being the first female in a lot of areas in your experience. And the PLP have just announced that they've got a lot of female interest in their candidates, and that they're pushing for the first time to get more women represented.
Great, that's great. I applaud it.
But
Anywhere there's more females, I applaud it.
yeah, that's great. But sort of leads me to the question of what made you choose the OBA over the PLP?
As I said, I think it's a party of more inclusivity. And also, I believe you have to have some, financial, not spend more than you have at times. So for those reasons, that's why I chose it.
I guess the same question for you. What in terms of family and how you think Bermuda can improve politically to support families better?
Well, I do think what's important, especially for when you have when you have children, that the school day is actually from 8:30 to 5:30. And it doesn't mean that you have to learn like words, but there's clubs after schools. You don't have to go to another area, and there's like, okay, 3:30 to 4:30, the after school care stops, or only on these days. So I'm a firm believer in having far more clubs and activities for students in a safe environment where the parent doesn't have to be running around from one place to another. I think that's really important. And to have clubs in general for children that are interesting, like a singing club, like a reggae club, or something that, or I don't know, a swimming club, or that are more structured and more part of the school curriculum. And dare I say, schools should actually be open all year, so that can be a place where everything happens there, and there's consistency in parent, families, schools.
Harvey?
Sorry.
In terms of St George's, there has been a little unrest, I guess, in the old town. In internal politics up there, there's been the new mayor, and then there was a number of resignations at St George's Corporation. I'm just wondering what you could bring to the table to perhaps bring that community together a little bit more.
Boy, that's really internal over there, babe.
Yeah.
But no, I was asked to join that organization. I kindly declined because I don't know if the way they're going right now, they got the challenges. So I could bring a little bit of expertise in my field of building. That's about it. That's another kettle of fish that I don't really want to get into right now, because I just want to feel my way into it.
Okay.
So I could get back to you at another date. And
Yeah, sure.
Really.
And in terms of some of the priorities for that constituency, I mean, also like the marina, things like that, what do you feel are the priorities?
For that area, the marina it's been on the books for so long, and it's not making no headway. But with my constituency, what I've been hearing is like things around, simple things that the government could be getting done. I don't know why. Road maintenance, railroad cleanup. Ever since they took the private contractor away, you can't even pass through the railroad trails in Wellington back roads in St. George's. The parks, that's the issues that I'm hearing in St. George's, is keeping our amenities up and running.
Right, thanks.
To the people that know you in St. George's, how do you think they would describe you as?
Oh, very outspoken, but this is a new form for me. I'm not afraid to speak my mind in the community. I get different things done down there, I sometimes have to be the voice for them because some people don't like to put their face out there, but I'm not afraid. So I'm not afraid of no backlash. So they come to me, want something done, I look at it and try to get it done.
I know the OBA keeps mentioning the St. Regis project. As a St. George's resident, how have you seen that affect your community so far?
Well, it's a good thing. I'm hoping all that my constituents are paying attention because in extension from the development of the hotel, that the derelict golf course is being cleaned up and kept clean now because you have the problems with the rats and everything over there. So I'm pleased that establishment is really going on. At the end of that development, what you're going to find is St. Georgians will be able to get employment. If they want to be gainfully employed, I suggest to my constituents, go first now. Put your name in first, because there's a lot of jobs coming available for the community.
Thank you very much.
Still, thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you.